Yep, perfect. So welcome everybody, whoever's watching in RWE, for Tier 1 here in Twitch. Yeah, it's the start of the third season. We have a couple of new drivers here and some old drivers that you may have seen before. Some changes to the league. We don't have F2 anymore. Now we only have two tiers, and it's going to be the closest racing you're going to ever see because we started these tiers with town trial placement, so it's gonna be the closest you'll ever seen. And here with me we have Mixer. I don't know how to pronounce your second name, but welcome, man.
Welcome. Thank you for this offer to come commentate with you today. Hopefully we have some good driving today, some clean driving. We'll see how it goes though.
Yeah, I mean, in Tier 2 it was really nice. Like for the fights, I mean only 9 drivers, but for the fights that they were there, it was pretty clean. And yeah, I mean, tell me how was your race and your first race here in RWE?
It was really good. I mean, for the most part, it was pretty clean. We did have some bad, or I had a bad kind of expectance. You know, didn't really get good qualifying, but at the end, I started to pull through. Ended up finishing in the top 10, but yeah.
Yeah, it's only the first race of the season, and I mean, there's plenty more racing from here onwards. So yeah, so I'm gonna pull everything, telemetry, minimap, details, everything. This is my first time commentating for this new game. I haven't opened this game since July, but I'm gonna go quickly over for the grid for you guys. A couple familiar faces. RWE aiding now with the Ferrari when he used to race in the Mercedes last season. And we also have VR Pepaloosa, formerly SCR Pepaloosa. AMS Ben, the champion of last season. So we also have Crispy and Maori, who they're very quick. But we have Epic's Backball, Fascinator, Adam, Upstage in the Haas, SRX Pavlovsky, formerly RPR Pavlovsky, SLR Ferrari, who I'm not sure if you want him most improved driver, but he definitely was the most improved in my eyes from last season. Mr. B United, Dallas, Maori, Stringy, Parosi, and Crispy. So only 15 drivers for this week.
Yeah, most definitely. We have some pretty quick drivers here. Some people that catch my eye is AMS Ben. I believe he won the Tier 2 championship, if not the Tier 1 championship last year. So I'm definitely going to be watching him in this race to see how he does.
So I'll tell you some backstory from Ben. So the very first season, in the first season of RWE, he would spend a lot, he would bottle a lot, so he would be like in the top 3 and then he would DNF. And then the next season after, he just came back to win the championship. So, I mean, he's definitely one of the favorites here.
But obviously, we'll see how it goes next week, but hopefully it goes better.
So this is the first race of the season. The next week, August 28th, which I won't be here, it will be my birthday. It'll be at Austria. Very fast track, very technical. You need a lot of speed, good traction. So yeah, it will be interesting to see how they do over there. And as I mentioned on Dallas, he's now in P2 with a 125.5.
Very good lap for his first lap. We'll see how he does later into the qualifying, and then we'll see how what he decides to do with his strategy.
Indeed, everybody with the soft tires. It looks like Benworth was about, yeah, he's on the soft tires now. So it doesn't look like anybody. Well, apart from Mari, she's doing her lap with the medium tires. So we'll see how she does here. But I mean, when I saw her racing Naro, she's really quick. So we'll see how she does with those. Strange is gonna cross the line in P8 with the 133. So I know what he's doing. He's doing his practice laps. Get a chance to know the track, and then he pretty much does a one lap try and see if he messes up or not. But yeah, let's see. Chat.
One thing that I would like to see is because in the Tier 2 race, I did use the hards for half of the race, and they were very strong for how long they lasted on Bahrain. They actually helped me get back up into the pack. So I would like to see if any of these Tier 1 drivers might go into the hards, or they might just stay with soft and the medium, something that I'm going to be looking forward to see.
Yeah, I remember the Mercedes in Tier 2. He went for that strategy, and towards the end of the race, especially with that safety car that came out. He managed to be up there in the top 3. Yeah, indeed, the hard tires will be a tire to look on.
Most definitely. I mean, just for how long they last, they might have a little bit of slower paces, but with this, maybe might be a 2-stop race, maybe even 3. People are definitely going to be looking for those hards to maybe slow down as many pit stops as they have. We will see. I mean, as you can see, they are finding some pace off these small or softs. It's not looking like anybody's gone to the mediums yet to settle time in, and obviously these AMS people, Ben and Pez, are feeling this track right now.
And AMS Pez will start. Well, he just leave the last sector, the last corner in. He's gonna cross the line and he won with a 124.7. Wow.
Amazing lap time from Pez. I mean, outstanding lap from him. And like I said at the start, I thought that we would see some 124s from these drivers, and as you can see, we have. Great lap time by AMS Pez.
I mean, I also believe that too, that we're gonna see 124s, but I didn't think that we're gonna see that by 3/10. Wow.
Most definitely. I mean, he just blew it out of the water there on that lap. I bet he's very proud of himself here as he's going into the pits.
Palooza though in P4 with the purple sector, second 2. He's gonna finish this lap here. He's gonna go all out, open up the DRS. Oh, 125.3. He's still far ahead from Pez.
We have seen one person. We have FRA Crispy. He went to the mediums and almost 2 seconds slower than the leader. So we'll see if he sticks with the mediums or he might go to the softs later in the year. We will see though.
Maybe he could try to do another lap with those mediums and hope for a P10 or P9, and that's still a good strategy. You're going to start within the top 10 with a different strategy, the alternative strategy, I would say. But yeah, very exciting. Did not expect to see this. I mean, look, like literally from P10, everybody is in the 125s.
Oh, most definitely. I mean, everybody in top 10 has done a wonderful job. You do not see this often with everybody in. I mean, they're hundreds of seconds away from each other. I think it's gonna be a very close grid. I'm gonna be very happy to see the outcome of this race.
And that's the magic of time trial. Like it just puts everybody together there, and they're very close. This is gonna be very interesting. And Pez saying that not bad for a banker. So that's only his banker lap.
Only his banker lap.
This could be the new run hard of season 3, because run hard used to be in season 2 and he was just dominated by like 50 seconds everybody here. But yeah, could be the next run hard. And Dallas goes a bit wide. I don't know how he did not validate there. Oh, he's on his all up.
And it seems that both of the Red Bulls are gonna go with the alternative strategy for the mediums. None of them cracking the top 10 yet. We'll see if they're gonna put in another lap. But what do you think is going to be the outcome if they go with the mediums?
Well, first, most definitely, they first have to get out of trouble into turn 1 and make the most positions as possible. You don't want to be fighting at the back at the very early stages of the race. You want to clear as many positions as possible and then pick your fight up ahead.
Most definitely. I started on the softs in the tier 2 race. The softs are very fast at the start, but as in every track, they tend to die off very quickly. So one thing that I think that if they go with the medium strategy, or the alternative as you could say, they're going to have to stay out of trouble and just try to hold on to those mediums for as long as they can. To try to get as much time on the other drivers as they can.
Okay, we're on board with Dallas now in the middle of his lap. Gonna open the sector. He has somebody behind him. Well, he has his teammate up ahead of upstage. Maybe he could give him some slipstream. He's down in P15.
And he spins out.
And he spun. Ooh, he's definitely pushing. So we're gonna see a lot of drivers here going for their like very fast lap. And yeah, as you can see, Dallas spinning. Struggling now. Mr. B retires in P3. Wow.
Dallas does
What about
now
Ben?
have some wing damage, so I believe that's going to be his qualifying, finishing out with a 125.5.
And Ben goes to the pit, so he won't improve and stays in P4. We also have Bassinator.
I'm on board with Epic
he
here.
validates.
Epic, hopefully, he's trying to push for the top 5 here. Only needs to improve by a little bit of time, not even a second away from top 5. We'll see how he does here. And he cannot put a lap in. That's qualifying.
That's qualifying. Wow, I did not expect to see MS pass that quick.
And he definitely, I think he surprised everybody. I think even some of the drivers were saying to themselves, wow. I mean, wonderful driving there.
There we go. So 16 drivers, so we're down the grid. So Williams, AMS Pass, VR Pepperlos on second. A good start of the season. Mr. B United in P3. AMS Ben fourth. Dallas, Epic's Backball, Bassinator, Hirose, SLR Ferrari, and Adam in P10. That's your top 10. And yeah, look what Pez just said in the well, I can only see that tier 1 chat. It's the saying that an alternative strategy here in Bahrain is really OP, and we've seen that in tier 2.
Yeah, we have, and I mean, a lot of people started on the mediums, and like I said, they did very good, finding good pace out of those mediums early, and they just stuck ahead of the people that started on softs. Got to, I believe they did the one-stop strategy with the mediums. They might have done the two-stop. But do you think that we'll see any one-stops this race?
Oh, maybe with the meter tire runner. I don't think though I'll see the guys with the soft tires. Try to stop with the hards. Maybe there's some safety cars around to mix it up. Maybe we'll have to see.
Yeah, and I would like to talk about, I mean, Red Bull not getting what I think they wanted out of it. They only got, I believe, P15 and P14. Not that good of a start from them. Hopefully, but we'll see what they do on these mediums on the alternative strategy.
Okay, so the couple of drivers up ahead are already parked into the grid slots. The third season of RWE Tier 1 is about to start here at Bahrain. I mean, I'm interested to see what kind of racing we're gonna see.
Oh, most definitely.
The top 5, pretty stacked already. I mean, maybe Mr. B no man's land there. Did a good lap. But
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights.
And
Season 3 of RWE Racing has started. AMS Pez off to a great start.
Upstage has spun, and there's some damage up behind. Oh, it's clean so far. Nothing happening so far. Oh, somebody. So it's Dallas who's having a bad start. Overtaken by everybody.
All the way down
And
to P10 already. That's I mean, obviously, we'll see how he does later in the race, but not a very good start. We have AMS Pez already 0.6 or 0.7 now ahead of his teammate, AMS Ben. I mean, wonderful start by him from P1, and we'll see how he does later in the race.
Oh, Pepelusa just punted Ben.
Wow.
Ben won't be happy at all.
Ben's not happy about that. And there's already almost a 2-second difference between first and second. Wonderful racing by AMS Pez. He's definitely going to try and get this win for his teammate. We'll see how Ben recovers from that crash.
Mercedes. Mr. B has gone. Don't know what happened there. There's some contact there. Already a couple of incidents so far. Stringy is going to overtake Mr. B, who has no front wing whatsoever. Ooh, a lot of incidents so far.
We have a battle here between Epic and Bassinator. Bassinator goes out and then tries to go in, and then that's going to cause Epic to lose a few positions due to him getting pinched.
Ben's now in last place. I don't know what happened to him. Mari in P15, she's struggling.
Oh, and don't worry.
Crispy making up.
We have Epic off the track now. He's gonna drop down to P11 from P6, I believe. We already have one driver in the pits as well.
A lot of drivers. Stringy, Ben, Crispy. So both Red Bulls into the pits. And we still have a big train. Wow.
What happened to AMS Pez as he's all the way back in P3 after jumping off to that amazing start?
Oh no, it should be fixed now. No, wait. We're having a leaderboard glitch.
Oh,
it usually
okay.
happens on the first stages. It should be fixed soon.
Oh, okay.
But it's Bassinator who's creating this train though. It's Bassinator in P3, Blues in P2, and Pez in P1.
Okay, and the predicted strategy down below, it's going to be to the sauce, either 7 to 9 laps, and then the mediums to 8 to 20 laps. We'll see how that goes. We'll see what these drivers are thinking. I mean, AMS Pez already 2 seconds on VRA. And I mean, just off to a great start. Already putting in a 128 fastest lap.
And now to the midfields, up station Aiden. Aiden who started somewhat at the back, but he wasn't in no fault whatsoever in the incident that he got involved in. But we still have this fight of Bassinator. So a lot of fighting for a podium here. P3, Adam, Ferrari, Perozzi. So both Aston Martins. We have some yellow flags. Is that Ben? Ben who's went wide. Ooh, an upstage. Oh, it's Dallas who spun.
Yeah, so Dallas has spun again.
Wow.
I can already tell some of these drivers are not going to be happy with how these first laps went. Some risky players. What
Pyros has spun.
Pyros. I mean, many people have already spun in this lap, and like I said in qualifying, these curbs, if you give them a little bit too much, they will spin you out. You got to be careful on that. And as I'm still trying to see how these drivers are going to react to this, and I mean, as we've seen so far, they have spun quite a few times.
And Pawlowski, so far fighting for driver of the day right now because he started last and he's gained 10 positions and now in P6. And oh, Adam has spun. So look, we know that these drivers are very quick, and that means that they're definitely pushing and getting most of the track. That means riding a lot of curves, and this is why we're seeing a lot of spins.
Yeah, most definitely, and definitely I think there's a change to F1 2020 and F1 2021. I think you'll get a little bit more curb on F1 2020 than you can on F1 2021, so we'll see how drivers adapt. And now we're going to have Epic going into P5 after passing SRS Pawlowski.
Oof, very nice move. And Dallas with a 5-second time penalty for spinning in the pit lane, and we see, and he retires. So very bad race for him. He will retire and won't have more of it. There are some fights in the back. Oh, and Aiden has spun again. Oh, Aiden has spun again. And Stringy and Mr. B part at the back. Looks like Ben is also at the back. Oh, and Pepelusa. Blue has spun, and he's got 10-second time penalties.
I mean, as we've seen so far, these drivers are not really adapting too well to these curbs. They are spinning a lot. We'll see how they feel after the race, but hopefully we get some people to react. And I mean, AMS Pez, I think that's why he jumped off to such a good lead. He's not spinning, he's staying off the curbs, and he's just racing a good, clean race. Got out of all the traffic early. He's just been doing very good here today.
So Pepelusa and Epic, who's looking very strong, and I just got a word from Dallas in the T1 chat that his wheel was so glitchy, so he basically had a bad race at no fault of his own, basically having the F1 2021 glitch. You can see him leaving the lobby. A lot of fighting all around. Oh, Pepelusa and Bassinator. That's Ferrari and Bassinator. And somebody spun, and that's Mari's. Mari has spun, so that's unfortunate for her.
And these these Red Bull cars have not really been doing as good as I think they can be doing. I mean, both very fast drivers that just did not get good in qualifying. Crispy making his run up to the top 10, very close to it, about 6 seconds away. Very closer than where he started back in P15, I believe.
So we still have a fight here between Pepalooza and Epic. Epic already passed Pepalooza. We still have some fighting at the back between Pawlowski and Adam. And nothing much. I think the drivers at the back, they're expecting for a safety car. Most definitely there will be another incident here.
And like you said, I think the back drivers are not just expecting, I believe that they are praying.
Ferrari Bassinator, they're both collided into each other in the last sector. I just saw that on the mini-map. I did not catch it, but I did see it on the mini-map.
Oh, most definitely.
Whoa.
I believe that they were battling for a bit, and I mean, sometimes it just comes to the worst, and during a corner they will end up colliding.
So it looks like Bassinator and Ferrari just both clip each other. One of them must have gone, or one of them might have unsteered. So Epic very strong and now fighting for P2 with Pepalooza. Wow, very crazy race.
Can we talk about how SRX Pawlowski gaining 10 positions at the start of this race, already having a very strong race, but he does have a time penalty. We'll see how this affects him. He's going for driver of the day though. Great battle between, and he spins!
No! Wait for I got Epic and Pepalooza just colliding each other.
I did too.
Wow.
I mean, worst comes to worst.
Did you get the helicopter shot?
I did not get the helicopter shot. I only got the view from Epic.
Wow, I got the helicopter shot. So I had the whole view of that. So there might be a lot of incidents towards Pepalooza there. Now Adam and Epic into the podium. Some very crazy races here.
Pawlowski, like I was talking about just before that spin, he is now 12 positions up in this race. He's definitely going to get driver of the day here if he keeps this up.
Ooh, and Pepalooza keeps going wide. Yellow flags, and Mari gets a 3-second time penalty.
As you can see, I mean, it's kind of like polar opposites. We have Pez having a race of his lifetime, 20 seconds above second place, and then we have AMS Ben down 10 positions from the start of this race.
Adam going for the slipstream of Epic, fighting for that P2. As I mentioned, there is some rivalry here between the Mercedes and the Aston Martins, and now it's even it's more dramatic now because it's for the podium. And Adam just goes left to right and right to left with those tires, because I mean lap 7, like in the tier 2 race, lap 5 and my soft tires were done already, so I don't know how they're managing to keep it up. And we see already some drivers into the pits, Mr. B, Pirozzi, and Ferrari, and Pepalooza.
I did my tires, or my softs lasted me 7 laps, but I believe 8 laps it might have been. But obviously that was under a safety car. We can see how long these softs are really going to last. I think we're going to see some drivers go win this lap, and then those medium drivers are just going to go way up into the podium positions, I believe. As you can already see,
the move on Ferrari.
Yeah, most definitely. Ben with the medium tires, he has gone up extremely. He was down in P15, or he was up in P3, went down to P15, and now he's back up to P12. We'll see how he reacts to all these drivers going into the pits, and we'll see where he ends up after this pitting. As he locks up, Ferrari, I think, is going to take advantage of that, but does not get a good start as Ben uses his ERS.
Both Epic and Adam goes into the pits, so that fight with them will continue later on. But I'm more with Pirozzi and Mr. B, formerly teammates last season in the Williams, now on different teams. And there's another incident between...
That was Stringy. He spun out.
Wow. A lot of drivers struggling. Well, I see Mari, she also spun. A lot of drivers spinning. Wow.
And like I've said before, this is all because of drivers trying to react to these curbs. And I mean, they just aren't getting the hang of it yet. And if they don't soon, it's going to be very bad. And we're going to have a little battle between Ben and Ferrari. Ben has low ERS. We'll see how it goes. And then we're going to have Ferrari using his ERS. He's going to get past Ben. Ben will take back his spot.
They almost collided there.
Almost a collide. We've already seen a collide on these corners. Ben gets a little bit too much curb. Saves the car from the understeer. Ferrari's coming back up. Ferrari's going to take the same line as Ben. Ben's going to get a wonderful start off of that turn. We'll see how they react on this very slow corner. Ben locks up again on the same exact corner. Ferrari cannot take advantage of it. Ben using his ERS to get away from Ferrari.
While you commenting on that, I was looking at the mini-map, and there's a lot of fights, like couples of fighting. So here we have Ben and Ferrari here. We have Perozzi and Mr. V. We have Adam and Epic, and we have Fascinator and Crispy. And that's a lot of fighting around that we have to keep up with. So we're back on board with Ferrari and Ben. We're basically fighting for that P11 and getting closer to that P10.
Oh, most definitely. I think that Ben's doing a wonderful job of defending. He's been getting off the lines, but Ferrari's been faster on these straights. And is Ferrari going to get him? Ferrari does get him. Will Ben going inside? Will he get it? They're going to do the switcheroo. Ben barely gives room. Ferrari's going to get ahead of him.
Wow. Ben coming back, though.
Ben's coming back. He's going to get that inside line. He's going to take back P10 or P11.
Wow.
I mean, and that just goes to show Ferrari is so much faster on those straights than Ben. Ben's going to have to try to find a way to get faster on those straights, but I believe he's running low on fuel if I'm looking correctly. Never mind. Sorry, that was my misjudgment. Ben's going to lock up again. Ferrari takes advantage of that.
I'm really trying to keep up with my camera. I'm really trying to keep up with everyone, but Ferrari into the inside.
Is Ferrari going to get it?
Stick?
Yep, Ferrari gets it, and I think that he's going to keep that for a little bit. Just as how fast he is on those straights, Ben's not going to be able to catch up. Wonderful fight from them, too.
He only has 36, now 30% of battery. Maybe he wants to back off a bit, save his tires. And we have some yellow flags, and I believe that is Mari, who she keeps spinning. So is she having a bad race tonight, or if you're watching here in the afternoon here in the US. But wow, there's still a lot of fighting here. Crispy and Bassinator, we'll have a board with them. And I don't know who to keep up with. Don't believe Crispy will go into the inside here. We'll go with Adam and Epic, who are side by side into turn 4. We'll see how they fare here. And it looks like Adam will try to make the move stick. He's using his battery. No, still side by side. Oh.
Epic goes off the track, almost spins out, and he is ahead, but he does earn that 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. And I mean, Epic's just had he was having a wonderful race, and I believe he pitted, which caused him to drop back. He's gonna have to pit again. Do you think that he's gonna pit around lap 20 and go to the softs, or do you think he's gonna pit early and go to the hards?
Who, AMS Pez?
No, Epic, Spatch.
Epic. Let me see what tires he is. He's on. So, 1 lap. Yeah, he'll try to pit as late as possible. I mean, he really needs to pull away from Adam. That's what he needs to worry about right now, if he wants to literally pit at lap 20. Now on lap 11, though. Don't know who to keep up with. Wow.
That's the same
thing. So the fight with Adam is over.
Yeah, most definitely. I would like, the person that I'd like to see win this is Pulowski. I mean, is having a wonderful race so far, but obviously, like you said, AMS Pez has just had the pace to win it. We'll see how he goes later in the race, though. I mean, already got 17 seconds on second place.
Indeed, I'm on board with Pavlovsky, and I actually do want him to be in the podium, because right before this VSC, he was in second place. And when he pitted, he's on the hard tires. It's a very good tire to be on. And Pepalooza and upstage. And Pavlovsky, when he finished pitting, he's already in the top 10. So that's points for him. Fascinator having a look at this fight. Pavlovsky will want to clear Pepalooza out of his way as soon as possible. And I'm surprised that Epic still hasn't pitted them. He has to serve this drive-through. No problem. I'll continue once you get back. Upstage trying to defend off Pipaloosa and Pavlovsky. Pipaloosa on the inside. He goes for a dive bomb. He goes very deep. Pipaloosa might have a one-lap pace, but he's really struggling here in the race. Looks like Pavlovsky will get the DRS. Gonna have to save battery here though. Wow. We have a train here for the top 10, or for the points essentially here. Mr. B pits, P13. He's coming out of the pits. And Pavlovsky into the inside.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I'm still on board here with Pavlovsky. Struggling to at least pass upstage. I mean, that dirty air is hindering him.
They're both on the hard combat, and I believe they pitted on the same exact lap, so we'll see how this battle goes.
Yeah, Pipaloosa, who's trying to catch up to them, but he's being pressured by the Alpine of Bassinator JV. A nice train here of 4 cars. Nice to see here once we get to the straight. I'm going to board with Bassinator, who we see at 3.
And we see a new fastest lap. Marzi.
Who was that by?
Marzi pulls up a 127.
And Pyrosi pits. Going board with Pipaloosa. Just breaks early, trying to get out of the way of upstage.
And Pavlovsky gets in front of upstage, making his run back for the podium.
I don't know how I'm gonna edit this YouTube video because there's a lot of stuff happening. I don't know what to cut out. And we see, I believe that's Aiden spinning once again. Wow. Oh, and upstage and Pipaloosa touch a little bit again. And it's Bassinator who I believe will be getting frustrated.
It started to calm down a bit. We haven't been seeing as much spins, not as much battles here. Hopefully at the end of the race they'll start to pick back up, but hopefully not the spins though.
Yeah, still on board with Bassinator. Yeah, we're literally in the middle of the race. As usual, when we see the first run of pit stops, it'll just calm down. We'll see what kind of strategies they're gonna pull and what their objective is. We're gonna see Bassinator gonna go for a move here for Pipaloosa. His DRS, his battery. Oh, he's still far behind.
And Marzi's just starting to pick it up. 2 fastest laps in a row, 2 127s in a row. Maybe we might potentially see her unlap herself and get a higher position than last.
And Bassinator taking a good line and a better exit. Making a move on, and he spins Pipaloosa. No, he didn't, but he touches Pipaloosa. He keeps upstage ahead though, so that's still a mistake by Bassinator. Could have been more careful, and upstage would have been behind him, and he's going for the inside. Ooh,
has to slow down
tight.
too much due to the other cars.
Exactly. That's very good for him though. I mean, hindered his race there, but avoided colliding with others. Mari says, why the F the guys, but I think she's trying to say the lights didn't start on her screen. So that's probably why we saw a car standing there at the back.
I cannot see the tier 1 chat, or else I would look, but
yeah, I mean, I'll probably give you the commentator role. Soon after this race, you can probably see all the chats. But yeah, Adam, well, about Pez did lose a long time. I mean, the gap was 20 seconds, now it's 13. Yeah, he'll lose that extra point to Ferrari.
Just a small issue right there.
what I'm trying to figure out is what Pez and Pablusa are gonna do. Both have Pablusa has 17 lap old hards, and Pez has 15 lap old hards. So we'll see if they have to pit soon or if they're just gonna end up staying out.
Did someone enter this week? Where did Pez start?
First.
Oh wow, Jesus.
He started him
So
first.
so he used to have like a 25-second-ish gap, but here's the thing though, like is he going full pace? Is he not, because he's in the lead with a big margin? So that means that his tires could be 15 laps, but not that worn, if you know what I mean. And Mr. B retires and in the pits.
Alright.
Interesting. Why would he do that?
I don't, that was weird, because I think he only had 1 penalty.
Yeah. Really weird for Mr. B. We'll probably ask him about that later. So things are very calm right now. Everyone's spread out. Look, it means that Ben will get P12. Ben with the fastest lap. So Palooza's still in P4. So if maybe Palooza drops out of the top 10, get a drive through because wait, Mr. B says gets a drive through because I come out of the pits and the and I've noticed that there's much less time, like the countdown when you're over the deltas. It gives you like 13 seconds instead of like 18, 15-ish. And it's very hard. But yeah, it's awful because I mean,
who is that just pitting?
I mean it's Palooza. Yeah, he's gonna lose some more positions and he'll definitely be outside of the top with that second round penalty that he has.
Also I think Adam's in the right spot now. Time.
It's a fastest lap.
Glitchy Rio and P8, so as it stands, he would get that point, but let's see where he finishes though.
Right now,
we are on the last lap.
13 seconds, he would be 10th.
We are on the last lap, and with a 22-second lead, Pez and the Williams will win this race. Unfortunate that both teammates won't get in the points, but still a commanding lead.
And I believe Pablowski's gonna end up getting P2 if I'm correct. I mean,
it might be P3.
And Pez crosses the line. A one-hard performance. We'll go over with Epic and Pawlowski, who's right behind him. And we see some yellow flags, and that is Stringy, I believe, who just spun. No, that is Palooza, who's going to lose that position to Ferrari. Wow, and Epic and Pawlowski. Will Pawlowski... Nah, he's too far behind. So, yeah, Pawlowski in P2. Adam in P2.
What a finish by Adam.
Those penalties really helped Adam. Adam stayed clean, did not get any penalties. Great drive by both drivers. And I believe now we're going to get some people to interview after this race.
Yeah, I would say definitely Pawlowski's the driver today. I mean, starting from last and making a lot of positions in the first few laps and now fighting to be in the podium. Very good.
I'm going to go ahead.
The line, P8. Yeah, can you invite the top 3, please? And well, I'll finish the countdown here. Palooza drops down to P10. Stringy, I believe Palooza will only be there in P10, but maybe with the time penalty from an incident, I'll be outside the points. Yeah, Stringy in P11, and Ben with an unlucky race.
That's it for me. I'll see you guys.
12. Alright, see you.
I actually invited the same person twice. Uh-oh. Yep.
Driver today, Pawlowski, indeed.
Trying to get everybody invited once it goes to the next screen so I can get top 3 invited.
Alright, so I got a video of the stand of the results, so I'll help you invite the top 3.
Q gamer card invite. You gamer card invite. You gamer card invite. Would you like me to invite anybody that was out of the top 3? I think that we should invite AMS Ben, don't you? To get his take, AMS Ben.
No.
Oh, we just.
He might be heated in it.
Oh.
Only invite the top 3.
Okay.
Let's see. If nobody joins, we'll just end.
Hello.
There. We do have Adam. I didn't see that he joined, but it doesn't seem like Pavlovsky will join or Pes, but wow. So Adam, contender to driver today as well, but I mean you saw that
Did I not get it?
Started to 3rd. Nah, Pavlovsky got it. He started last to 3rd, but you still had a very good race. You're fighting with everybody, literally. You Epic, Mr. B, Rosie, and others. A lot of fighting this race, and yeah, tell me how you got there.
Yeah, well, me and Pyrosi were sort of doing a bit of teamwork at the start, so just letting each other go. We had DRS, so I had a good run, and yeah, I just overtook everyone and got P2, except the last 2 people at the end where I caught them, but I knew on penalties, so I didn't push too hard. Yeah, I'm just the best there is, except Pez, but yeah.
I mean,
Congrats, man.
obviously there were some strong strategies, especially the alternative strategy as we saw from Crispy. What strategy would you think was the strongest?
Probably the mediums to hard, probably, but I qualified 10th, so I didn't get the choice of going on the mediums. But I think my strategy was probably the best in the circumstances. I could probably stayed out on the mediums and been where like Epic was, and I'd still got 2nd, but like in the end it was sort of still the same.
Yeah, most definitely. Congratulations on the win.
Yeah.
Alright, so that'll be it for this week. As race 1, we'll see you on August 28th, Austria. For the drivers who are listening to the stream, the incident channels will be open, or if it's not open already, it'll be open until tomorrow. And yeah, good night, everybody.